But you see, what's happening right now is, so maybe that happened, and certainly it has. Everyone's had that experience. But as you talk about it, you just keep the frequency of that alive. You're practicing that experience. And because you're practicing that experience, you keep attracting that experience, which then makes you think that you have to protect yourself or guard yourself, but you can't. It's like you call it and then you try to keep it away, and you call it and you try to keep it away, and you call it and you try to keep it away. So what we were playing with you just now about is just don't call it quite so much. Don't practice calling it through remembering it or through verbalizing it. When you talk about experiences that you've lived that were unpleasant and that you don't want to live again.
Correct.
You're saying, universe, bring me more of this that I do not want. And then when you see it coming, you say, no. And then you talk about it more and you attract it more, and then you say, no. So do you realize that if you just wouldn't summon it, you wouldn't have to say no to it? Because nothing's coming to you that you're not summoning. There's no assertion in this attraction-based universe. There's not nobody's after you. Nobody's trying to take advantage of you.
Right.
You've just got I'm to be taken advantage of vibration going on, and compliant people are cooperating with your vibration.
I understand that. Okay, so people are complying with your vibration.
Next time it happens, you just say, thank you for giving me exactly what I'm asking for and making me realize how much I don't want that. And so I'm going to notice it as least I can and talk about it as least I can, so that I can allow the path of least resistance to deliver to me what I really want.
Thank you for giving me what I asked for. That communicated to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So then this step 2 of this, and then I'd like someone else to get up here and have the opportunity to share, is I find myself in this constant struggle with the people that I invite into my energy to want to help and contribute to them, or feel frustrated that I want to, probably a lot of you feel this way because you're here, where you see people suffering unnecessarily and you really want to be a contribution to them.
We see you suffering unnecessarily. Here's the big picture in all of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Certainly, you want to be of value to other people. And certainly, if someone is suffering, you want to do what you can do to relieve their suffering. But commiserating with suffering only encourages suffering.
Okay.
And so, what true compassion is, what true standing in the vibration of Source and being of benefit to someone is being in such a stable place of knowing that well-being is the permeating environment, that well-being is not just trying to make its way into your experience, but into theirs too. And that if it were not for the habits, some of which you've demonstrated here, that are causing you to have resistance that prevents you from receiving the well-being that's there. In other words, everything that we're teaching is about softening your own patterns of resistance in order to let the well-being in. And this is the thing that's hard for you to hear, because most humans, and you demonstrated it here a bit, you have a picture that there's bad stuff trying to get in and I've got to protect myself from it, when the opposite is true. There's only good stuff trying to get in and your guardedness isn't letting it in, and the absence of the good stuff makes you experience the bad stuff and you're trying to keep the... You see how screwy it is?
Yeah.
Did you just get that?
Yeah, I did.
Only well-being is wanting into your experience. The path of least resistance will allow it in. Now we know, if you're standing in a place where you've experienced or are experiencing something unwanted, these words are not welcome to you right now. But it is our promise to you that the well-being is dominant, and to the degree that you relax and allow it to flow, it will demonstrate itself to you to the degree that you are ready to allow it to demonstrate itself. And that there is no bad stuff asserting itself into your experience. It's only coming by your invitation. But the reason that it feels like somebody else is doing it to you is because you do not believe, and we know too, that you would deliberately do unkind things to yourself or to anyone else. In other words, you didn't say, I think I'll screw up my life today, the struggle and hardship that I've been living and that others have been living too. You said that was not the intention the deliberate intention that you started out with. And yet there is a vibrational pattern that is sort of like that.
Thank you.
If you saw someone in the street bleeding, we believe that you would stop and try to help. If you saw someone fall down, we believe you'd try to help them up. But when you see people belligerent or angry or attacking, you don't want to help them, you want to lock them up. And we want you to understand that they're asking, that their need or their desire is the same. In other words, you really do want to help them, but you can't help them with energy that you don't have. So if someone is defensive or angry or bullying or inappropriate in some way, and you get your guard up to try to protect yourself from that, now you are in the identical vibration that they are, and you have nothing to give them, you see.
Yes.
That's why we're saying, you got to practice this path of allowing your clarity, your alignment, before you have anything to give to anyone else.
Got it.
All right, so now let's just pretend that you just got here. And we don't want you to guard your words, because your words don't matter. In other words, we can talk to you all day.
Okay.
Struggle's not a good word. This isn't a good word. This isn't a good word. The universe isn't listening to your words anyway. The universe is responding to the way you feel. Your words often reflect the way you feel, and that's why we're talking about the words that you're using.
Okay.
But it's how you feel that matters. So now let's just start over, because you received most of what we said just now. And you're clear about who you are. You're a teacher in the world. You're an uplifter in the world. You're holding your own pretty well. You want to be of value to others. You're like so many of the teachers in this room. You don't believe you can teach it if you're not fully living it. And we do not believe that you have to fully demonstrate everything before you can teach it. You just have to be allowing it in the moment. But so now, say to us what you intended to find out about when you raised your hand and wanted to come up here. What is the essence of what you're looking for?